Like the AIDS-looking skinny? Or?
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, the whole did he get in shape or does he have cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that guy.
He's got the whole like weird skinny fat. Like I've got fat skinny, you know, but opposite. Fuck him.
I'm not Jewish, but I know that already. Yeah.
Yeah, my,
Okay,
yeah, my original last
double
name
check,
was
but
Nussbaum.
guys.
Exactly, I didn't step in the
So not that it matters or anything, but
We're live.
we are live now.
Cue the theme song.
Yes.
Cue the theme song.
Yeah. Cue
Da,
thing.
da, da, da.
It goes. You need your microphone, Burger.
Nobody cues the theme song.
Can you have your microphone,
We
please?
can't hear you.
Wait. Okay. Can we hear me? Am I here?
Yeah.
You sure, Johnny?
I'm pretty sure.
Can we make sure?
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Okay,
I'm
you're
sure.
goddamn
There's-
sure.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
'Cause
sure.
using one of your fucking
Yes.
mics.
Yes. It does.
Fuck.
It's a vintage 1982
It's not like
MX
your
122. I had it in my
I
asshole.
know you did. That's why
Yeah,
you gave me this fucking.
that's-
Okay, just do the goddamn theme.
Okay. How does it go? It goes da 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 da. Hamburger.
Welcome to Hamburger Podcast, episode something something.
7.
What
Seven.
episode? Episode 7. Fuck yeah.
Bunker
Okay.
edition.
Bunker
Bunker edition.
A bunker edition, the
Yeah.
final bunker edition now. And yeah, we got an amazing show. We got a couple shot collar contestants. Amazing guys. Say your names and your last
Your names.
rights.
Last rights.
Hi, I'm Brian Cox. Tell my mom she was okay.
And I'm Jamie Norwood.
You know what's great though? Cox's mom recognized him with the shock collar on.
Wow.
First you could tell. She goes, "Oh, that's him. Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Did he take that from home? That's fucking great. I like that. You guys.
Can we
have
not dwell on
genius
it?
looks.
It's tender subject.
Yeah. No, I know. I.
Tender
So, but we got to.
Mom liked me best.
Oh, you guys do it.
Uh-oh.
I
She-
told them they look like brothers. But
She
okay.
calls it.
Yeah.
She calls
Yeah,
it
they do, right?
domestic
Yeah.
abuse.
Yeah.
She calls
See-
it domestic abuse. He calls it pleasure.
I do. Why not? It's all pleasure. But we have an amazing show. We got a lot to talk about. We got our usual suspects, Mr. Ryan Talmo,
guys.
Well.
John Mark Owens,
Yo.
Jay Carter,
Yeah.
Theo Manhattan,
Hey.
A-ball.
and Rolando Montez,
I know.
and
I know you're in the wrong
Sheikh
seat.
Mohammed Akhli, who is
Oh.
also Rolando Montez. Say hello, Sheikh.
What?
Sheik. No.
I'm the Sheik now.
You're the Sheikh.
That's why
I'm gonna get to Manny.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here right now. Yes.
And then we have our comedian guest, Manny L, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I like that. Now, is L, obviously it's not your real last name,
Yes.
but I like that because normally, like, you're almost fucking with the Spanish language with your name
Yes.
because they always go the
Yes.
Manny, like El Manny.
Exactly.
Well,
You're like,
that's
no,
kind of
fuck you, I'm Manny the.
that's kind of the thought. And it's actually like fourth grade. There was another Manny. He was Manny R. I was Manny L. And then yeah, you're right. I play that Manny L.
I like
that. Could be Manny El Comediante or Manny
Yeah.
El Estupido or something.
It could be Manny anything
Yeah,
at
exactly.
that point.
Yes.
And that's fantastic.
It's up for
I like it.
interpretation.
It's very,
for-
yeah, it's very Spanish though. I think
You're
you
an
know.
open-minded fellow.
Yeah. Well, what's your real last name? Can we ask? Or you want
Lopez.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Well, because people always ask me, they go, where did you get Burger from? And I go, birth certificate, last name. And they're like, oh, I thought it was a nickname. I'm like, well, how would it make sense then? Like, have you ever seen me eat a lot of burgers? Like, do I look like a big fat guy that eats burgers? I mean, what about me? What did you think? Because I have freckles? Oh, sesame seed bun, so that's why they called me it? It's stupid. Of course, it's my last fucking name, but a lot of people change their name in Hollywood. Are you guys all by your real names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Everyone's real name.
Well,
you know
mine's
what?
cut
No.
off
Not to
from
Well,
interrupt,
Silent.
but- not to
Manhattan
interrupt, but-
isn't real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theo's not.
Not to interrupt, but like Burger, I would think if you came up to me and said I'm Burger, I'd be like, oh, like you're like Bono or The Edge or.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like,
no,
how-
I don't
no.
introduce myself as Burger
Oh, okay.
ever. That's the thing. I always introduce myself as David. Because
Yeah.
people go, oh, this is Burger. And I go, hi, I'm David. And sometimes the person introducing me will go, David's your name? Like, oh, you have a first name? Yeah. But it's no. Yeah, it was like as a kid, everyone called me Burger. And then when I started comedy at the Comedy Store, I signed up as David Burger. And then they would just put on the thing Burger. And then when I was an employee and a paid regular there, they would just put on the thing Burger all the time. So it just became, everyone called me Burger. Then my wife started the I'm Burger. because she would hashtag shit because she would post crazy fucking stuff on my Facebook and stuff. Yeah, crazy stuff, right?
And
Yeah,
and,
people
and
call me.
crop out the name of the show on the thing when not your wife today because she took the photo from the thing and then put it onto the hamburger Instagram
Oh, okay.
and then she cropped out the whole shot collar part of it. And I'm like, what the? Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, she did?
But that's what I'm saying.
well, it's just saying.
Why?
I like the one that you did, Johnny.
That was good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The color one, I like that.
From the movie.
Yeah, that was the first non
Yeah, that's right.
thing Johnny's ever fucking done.
Yeah, I
I'm
did it.
really proud of you, Johnny.
Amazingly, it was very retarded. I
You know
did it
what's
with
amazing,
crayons.
Yeah, well, Johnny,
No,
Johnny, no,
not
no
at all.
socks, No socks, but he's wearing shoes. He's wearing
Yeah.
shoes, though. He did us the favor of not
You-
showing
you
his
lucky.
fucking grandfather.
We can only expect gradual things from
Your
him.
Yeah.
Dave.
Big toes.
My
Oh,
grandpa
only
hobbit
gradual
feet,
things.
Hobbit feet.
Baby
you
steps.
hobbit hooves.
Yeah, he has hobbit feet.
swing from
hobbit
trees.
hoof
Yeah.
is the proper term.
If you ever saw Sean Astin in that movie Lord of the Rings or whatever, that's
Eh.
Johnny's feet. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just Johnny.
I wanted that role, really.
Yeah,
There was
he-
one
you know
role
what,
I
you're
really
3 feet
wanted.
Too tall to be Sean Astin.
So is Sean Astin, you know?
But okay, so we have a lot going on in the world. I mean, you know, the election's still going, and it's one loser or the other, and nobody cares. The funny thing was, so recently, everyone was waiting for Jordan, which cracks me up, because Jordan's just some amazing basketball player, and a great businessman. But he's just some dude, and they're all waiting for him to come out about this and come out about that. And then he does, and he basically goes, you know, it's bothersome to him that black men are being shot by the cops all the time. And it angers him and is cowardly that people are killing police. And I thought that's what black people were waiting for. Him to say hey, basically what he said was, look, it's bothersome when black people die, but when cops die, now that pisses me off. Those are cowards, not the cops who shoot fucking people with no weapon doing nothing. Those aren't cowards. And I thought he said nothing. Cox, you have something.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of a history with that because Michael Jordan is like almost neurotic about keeping a neutral public presence. Like one time he was in a golf tournament, and in this tournament, you know, women weren't allowed, and there was a lot of backlash, and people wanted to hear from him. And finally, the only statement he gave was, "Republicans buy shoes too." And so that's why there was all that pressure for him to say something.
In
That's-
China, right?
That's why I don't wear
mean,
Jordans too, by the way. Only
Yeah.
Air Max.
That's
I
fine.
don't wear Nikes simply because they're made with slave labor.
Reebok
I
over
don't
here.
wear Nikes or any of those because they're made with slave labor. But I can't even say that because probably the jeans I'm wearing were made with slave labor. It's all fucking
It's tough to avoid.
Well,
I wear Goodwill.
He's a mustache
secondhand
aficionado as well.
slave
Do you guys
labor.
remember?
Yeah.
Jordan?
Exactly.
Actually,
I
I
didn't
don't
know
know. You
that.
ever seen the fucking Mongoloids working at Goodwill? That just seems like a big slave den there. They walk around like their life's ended. And they're just like, stacking old shit and taking down older shit and throwing it out. And that's all they do.
They throw it away. a
Yeah,
lot
they're
of stuff.
literally, they're like slaves to that store where they work.
Oh,
And,
you
yeah.
wouldn't believe what happens in the back of those thrift stores. The people donate stuff. They'll take first pickings. Like
Oh, I would
people.
too.
It's taken home.
That's the job, guys.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
they loot the hell out
That's
of
why
that.
the VHS
Be like Calvin
section.
Klein.
I've been drinking. VHS section is always picked
that's
over.
why no good comics ever make it to the shelf.
Oh,
My,
like,
yeah.
ever.
my wife's
You know?
my wife's stepdad works at a store. I won't say where, but and he'd come home with shit all the time that he'd either mark down and
Yeah,
then buy,
you do that, yeah.
or just take. Like they steal backpacks full of shit every day.
Oh yeah.
And
I used to work security at one of the Dress for Less places. If you know.
Oh,
Dress
yeah.
for less.
Yes, I used to.
Is that
dress-
still
I used,
around?
I used to dress for less, and dude, there was this one guy we used to call him Clickety Clack, because this motherfucker stole I don't know how many pairs of shoes, and I would just watch him walk out, and every time he would keep the hard tag on, so it would clack on the floor while he was walking out. So you just called him Clickety Clack. I'm like, there goes Clickety Clack with another pair of new shoes, and I didn't even want to stop the guy because I think he was a little like slow, and it always seemed like, man, I think maybe those shoes will help him get a job interview. So I was like, you know what, I'm doing right with.
And
the
you
community.
said you were the security
Yeah,
guard?
yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
the worst
There's nothing you can do. There's
The
nothing you
worst.
can do at those places.
the worst security guard
Oh,
ever.
man.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, I watched the guy, I surveilled him the whole time.
No, it was basically observe and report. That's all I could do at that job. I couldn't do anything else. I was like, all right, well, he walked out with the shoes. What did you want me to do?
Yeah, if you tackle him, they'll sue you.
That's true. That's true. That's how security
I
guards
feared
just
he-
don't touch anybody anymore. Neither do cops. So,
I steal shit all the time.
yeah. Oh, you talked about that.
Po-
You talked
police
about
are
the,
just-
You stole the
manager
internet's hearts.
special.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Not even
police
that.
now are just voyeurs in costume if you think about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, people really don't get where our country's gotten to. People don't, this is the thing. They've got us so caught up. It's simply this: the Minnesota shooting. What was the gentleman's name?
His name was Philando, wasn't it? Philando Castile. Yes.
Castillo. Okay.
Philandro.
So
No, just Doe. It was
we
Doe.
haven't really heard anything about him.
No, it kind of dropped off the map. It
Anyone
was-
wonder why though?
Well, no.
Oh, the cop who shot him was Asian. That does nothing to start a race war. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that doesn't. That
And-
doesn't.
However, that doesn't take
And-
away.
Wait, hold on. The guy from the mental health place. You notice that we haven't heard shit about that either.
Oh.
Well, he settled, and that cop was Latin. So if anyone notices, it goes like this. The news story goes, today in Brooklyn, 2 white cops brutally shot this young Boy Scout of a black man who was only going to bring his mother cookies. How does that sound, people? Anyone ready to kill each other, huh? We have way too many poor, and we need to get rid of a lot of whites and blacks because everyone else just seems to work for us, and they don't question it. And so then when it's somebody else, a different cop, you hear this. Oh, yeah, today in Brooklyn, cop shoots a young person. That's all. No mention of the cop's race, no mention of the victim's race. Just cop shoots, kills a person, shoots a person, whatever.
Yeah.
And people haven't woken up to realize that they're creating a race war for whatever reason. It makes, I don't know why, I'm not that
Well,
smart.
With the Baltimore situation, because the Baltimore cops, there was like what 1 or 2 of them that were black that fucked up this guy and killed him.
Never heard of it.
Now the cops, I'm sorry, the news, the media hid the cop's identity for weeks before they actually brought the identities of the cops. Which
Well,
I,
and you're right because it doesn't fit their narrative of like white versus black, all of this, and they don't want to expose like the real issue of police brutality and like just absolute police like
whatever the
like
real
impunity.
agenda is. I mean,
Well,
that's the thing,
but
the
I mean
real
I think
agenda's
that's
above
what
our
I've
head.
been saying since this like everyone's got pissed this time about it. You know, it's like no, the whole fucking point is you can get pissed about the color and all this shit. And Black Lives Matter, and they do matter. But you know, the thing is that there's people out there who are ready to jump on this fucking bandwagon that Blue Lives Matter. And it's like, no, Blue Lives matter entirely too much. Like Blue Lives should matter a whole hell of a lot less than they do because no one else on the planet gets to be like, hey, you instant me, bow. You know,
Well,
like,
not
hey,
only that-
you shot, boom, he was threatening me. Hey, he was resisting.
You know
Shoot
who's the
him.
most pissed about Blue Lives Matter?
Who?
Fucking sheriff.
I was gonna say the blue
Yeah.
oh, the sheriff, and they're the
Yeah.
biggest dicks.
They're like, hey guys, how about cop life matters? Because we're wearing brown. Like, how do we
They're-
not fucking matter?
I
just-
gotta say, like the
Oh.
Really,
sheriff,
we don't matter because of fashion.
the
does that
sheriff
work?
is bigger dicks than the PD is. I agree.
Coast Guard matters.
Coast
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Guard
that's the thing.
taking
is-
away the immigrants.
is they
Fuck
diluted-
those Coast Guard bastards.
Well, they diluted and destroyed the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And the whole Blue Lives Matter is stupid because I don't even want to say just no lives matter. Like nobody gets that.
At the end of the day, my life matters.
It
I
doesn't-
think
yeah.
Brian Cox
That's
would
all.
agree with
That's
that.
all it is.
No
My
lives matter.
life
Would you?
matters.
In the end,
Would I what?
You'd agree with no lives matter?
I mean, no lives matter. Technically, in that, yeah, I think we're all just
I'm
gonna
saying
die
because you're
and turn into
nihilist.
nothing,
That's
but
why.
at the same time, I feel like everyone like tries to use nihilism as a shield to just be an asshole. Like, look, Black Lives Matter. Like, they need help. So, like, I don't know. I feel like whenever people
was
say
a good
no lives
idea.
matter, it's just like, I get it, dude. You're so edgy.
But
Well, no,
Like-
but I mean, no life in the sense of no life really matters.
No,
anymore
no,
than
I
any other
don't think
life.
it does. But,
But the whole movement was just saying, like, hey, man, for being 14% of the population, a lot of black people are being killed by the
yes,
police.
exactly.
And that's all the movement was saying.
Yes.
It got diluted, I feel, by government infiltration on the movement to make it look,
became Hollywood.
yeah, make it ridiculous. And it's already been proven that half the protesters and all this bullshit are just riot starters put in by other people and not having anything to do with the movements.
Yeah, true.
Have you
Well, I
guys seen
think
the- have you
kids
guys
are
seen the
just
videos with
stupid.
that, with, like, where they put
I
the-
think
the
like I know
guys
being
causing
like
the
a dumb
chaos?
25-year-old, I was
Wait,
just
wait.
stupid.
Yeah, they just come out of nowhere.
Guys, Let's
sorry,
talk to our
sorry,
audience.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's right. No, no, it's all right. No, you guys were
Yes,
interesting.
they were
Talk
great.
straight up there.
Yes.
Go, Manny. Tell us.
Oh no, I was gonna say because yeah, it's a race war. You guys talking about race war. What about the class war though? When it comes to like the poor or the
That's the
Burger
real thing.
Burger
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a good
that's my
point
biggest
about that.
issue.
yeah, because like take for example, to me like all these cop killings hit home because it's that could be anybody, that could be you, that could be me.
Yeah.
It's just one day it could happen, right? The one that hits me hard the most is the Kelly Thomas case. You guys remember that a couple of years back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one with
His dad was an ex-cop.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like I don't know, but anyways, what were we talking about?
No,
Well,
Kel-
police
you-
brutality, just
Yeah.
basically just the authority taking over the citizens, the people.
Yeah, we're being tricked. This is the thing. There's no way we're not being tricked. There's no way there's not some crazy movie bullshit going on in this world right now, and it's ridiculous. And there's a lot of insanity.
Oh, that's what we were talking about
Yeah.
right here. You said that have you guys seen those videos where you see the people protesting and then out of nowhere these guys just come up and they start pushing dumpster cans over?
Yeah.
You
They're
guys-
riot starters.
Those are the riot
They're
starters.
troublemakers.
They're planted.
Paid troublemakers. They're plants.
It's like the people who protest at Walmart. They're paid to fucking do it.
Yeah.
They grab a bunch of homeless guys. They pay them, hey, do this.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you see a protest of whatever kind of corporate company, and you're like, what's going on? And like half the people there, 3/4 of people, like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just doing it.
Yeah. And but they've been infiltrating
speak
the
English.
Yeah.
counterculture. But they've been they have infiltrated the counterculture like that's known since the 60s. Like they did in the 70s, they did in the 80s, they did in the 90s.
Oh,
They they obliterated it when they blew up 9/11, and then now that it's starting to build again, yeah, they're going to send in, they're going to send in their military. Oh yeah, we had crazy military guys who just happened to off a bunch of cops, and all the cops who got killed were actually good cops. Think about that too, guys. See, they're killing off the 90% bad cops. Actually, planted someone to kill the good cops
who was the
in the name of the
Of Allah.
revolution. See,
Okay, but that's the other thing is there's killings
maybe.
now going on every day. All of a sudden,
2, 3 a day.
Well,
Yeah.
that I don't believe in that. I think there have always been happening is that our world's becoming smaller and smaller because we're all connected to the internet and we're reading this shit, and a lot of it's clickbait too. So you're just reading something that's not even true. You don't even know.
So
you're
our
just,
awareness.
Uh,
you're
yeah,
just
that's,
eating shit, and you think that you know everything, but you don't. And that's my belief. That's why with the whole Hillary and
Yeah, I mean,
Trump
that's-
shit.
You
So
won't
I
believe
can't
what
lose
That's
10
he
media
pounds in
said.
10
culture for
weeks, is that
you.
what you're
You
trying to tell me?
it was always happening in this dark room, and just recently we turned on the light.
Well, but you know what it is though. We've had the light for a minute. It's more that it's more that we have people coming out and saying things, but it's not even that though, because we're getting so much information, and some of it information, some of it misinformation, some of it purposefully misinformed, and
90%.
yeah, everything is so crazy. I was talking a day earlier, and I said one of my feelings is this: nobody gets to ask for equal rights unless they can show that also their women already have equal rights. And that's the thing. How the fuck can anyone ask for equal rights as a man for based on whatever? Like if I'm a Jew, and I'm a Jew. If I want to say like, hey, Jewish men need to do this and do that, that's bullshit. No, Jewish people need to be equal too, men and women. But if my group is treating women as less than, then I don't have shit to say. Because
'Cause
I'm
it's a
already
double
treating someone-
standard.
Yeah, I'm treating someone else as less than. How the fuck can I expect anyone else to treat me equal?
Literally half the population too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
the thing,
women
is
are 1% more than men
the
actually.
world will never
Slightly
grow.
more women.
Yeah, the world
Yeah.
will never grow until women are treated equal in the world.
In the world,
In the
that will
world.
never happen.
But that's what needs to happen,
Yeah.
and that's why these motherfuckers, anybody talking about equal rights, but they look at a woman as secondary, then they need to shut up. That's why their life is what it is, because you're
Yeah.
already looking at someone secondary.
Yeah.
And in every group, even in Caucasians, in fucking Japanese, Hispanic, African, everything, women are treated secondary.
Yeah.
So the world can't heal until, the best thing we have is a female possible president whose husband came on a clerk
Don't forget
I'm
that.
the clerk.
Don't forget about the rim job. I
Yeah.
actually,
I mean, who
forgot
went on
about
the
rim.
plane with the guy, the
She
known
gave him a
child
rim job.
molester?
Yeah.
Known child molester. He's been
Love
on the
Bill
plane
Clinton.
like 30, 60 times, some shit like that. This is who we're going to elect for president, a woman who's with a man like that. And that was the thing. When he was talking about her in that DNC thing, it was literally like Hitler talking about the Jews in a fun way. You know, like, we had good times, too.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know, it's like, Bill, you left out the whole Holocaust of your marriage and just told about how when you met and how smart she was.
See, I don't think that narrative. I just don't buy that narrative. I think they have a great marriage where Bill gets to fuck whatever he wants to. Hillary gets to be Hillary.
Be a lesbian.
And yeah, and that's fine. And you know, that's
And they're
She
cool
is a
with it.
lesbian. Everyone
that's a
knows that.
lifestyle, you know, like you know,
that's the
come
other
on.
thing.
I'm
We're
open
the
and
That's an excuse
to
for
all
many
things.
suits the
President
other
who's
day.
too scared to admit she's a lesbian.
It's a pantsuit.
My mom knows
Pantsuit,
though.
yeah.
They,
All
the,
pantsuits.
no,
His
you were
mom's
talking.
gay.
Hey, you were talking. So you were saying that about how like we need women's equality and women need to help rule the world. And it's like there's no place where women rule the world. But in the lesbian coven, women do rule the world. And I'm not sure that you guys are ready for the lesbian. They are all witches. Lesbians are all witches. It's not a lie. That's
Burger
actually the
Podcast does
truth.
not believe
I'm
in
sorry,
any way
I'm
that
getting
all
killed.
Lesbians are witches.
No
Like
witchcraft.
the way he says
Just
hit the
a select
coven, dude.
few.
It sounds like a title to a Tales from the Crypt
Yeah,
movie.
I posted a thing. I was watching Mr. Magoo. Wait, I was about to watch a Mr. Magoo movie.
That shit was not real.
No, that was real.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
I'm not lying. I took
With
it off
Leslie
the TV.
Nielsen?
No, I took the picture off the goddamn
With
TV.
Leslie Nielsen
Who
or
was in it? It was the Mr. Magoo movie.
the live action one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, it's Leslie
He was,
Nielsen.
he was
check this out.
dying.
Before the movie shows, it says, in no way does this represent blind people, nor do we believe that blind people are unable to work or blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I
Magoo
just thought,
cartoons are
oh
great.
my God,
They're so
all you
funny.
other races
Thurston
and
Howell.
gays
They're hilarious.
just made this happen because fucking these dickheads were dickheads. Instead of telling them fuck you and doing like the Asians and just forming your own goddamn community, which is better and nicer.
Wait. They had this in the movie at the
Before the
beginning.
Wire,
In type.
This movie came out in 1998.
How are the blind people supposed to fucking
That's what I
read
said.
that?
That's what I said. I go, who are you doing this for?
Yeah, it's like, is that so the people who can see can get over their ableist guilt, you know, or something like that?
No,
And-
I gotta say, it would be pretty great if they did that at the beginning of every movie that didn't pass the Bechdel test, though.
I mean, my God. I mean, like, is anyone
Let's
here gay?
let's lay out the Bechdel test for people. What is it?
I love
No, I
gay.
looked at everyone.
I love
The-
gay men, but I'm not gay.
You know,
The-
no, I asked
I'm gay.
because
I'm
They
half
are
gay.
better for your
Johnny has
confidence.
taken it in the ass, right?
Not from a
Johnny's had things in
man.
his ass from a woman.
Not
So
well,
he's
not
crazy.
from a man.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
that's
worse.
different.
Yeah, to me, I
It's-
respect him
it's-
way less than a gay person.
dude.
It's oh.
Yeah.
Miss Magoo
Oh,
was a
that's
great
what that's
cartoon.
Well,
by
but
the way.
this is my thing. When I say that, though, you know, I mean, like, okay, like with gay people, you know, the whole thing's become so crazy, and they become this, like, tight-knit group of fucking bullies that not only bully everyone else, but they bully themselves. And they have their own little hierarchy of who's better than who and everything else. And gay men don't like lesbians and this and that. But motherfucker, so you want these dumbass, hick, straight white males to accept you, but you don't accept lesbians? Go fucking eat a dick. Well, I mean, you know.
Well, no, really.
Not
Go
in a
eat a
warm
dick
way.
and then figure it out.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I'm saying though. It's a
Well,
bullshit
Burger,
site.
it's like if you go to an AIDS walk or something, you always see gays and lesbians there. But if you go to a breast cancer walk awareness,
Just lesbians.
you'll only see
Yeah.
gays will not go to a
They don't
breast
care.
cancer.
Wow.
awareness.
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know
there
that.
is a
Sure,
weird
they will not
disparity
walk.
there that I've noticed.
Well, yeah,
which,
like-
unsettles me deeply.
It's probably because the lesbians want to be more of the man, you know, and they want, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
like,
and
they're-
men can get
there's
breast
no,
cancer too.
You know what it is? There's no legitimate reason. It's just that everyone has piece of shit in them, and you have a choice.
Especially
as to
if
whether to
you're
be
gay.
one. Well, no, but you have a choice whether to. That's funny.
You
Not
just
on
got
them.
it.
Yeah, not on
Quick
'em.
question: Do the
It's a double standard
quick
right
question:
there.
Do the lesbians show up to the prostate cancer
Want to
march?
check this out?
Now, in
Probably.
Now,
They probably.
There's
what
some that do.
what it could be, and I'm not justifying, you know, what it
Yeah.
is, but what it could be is that, let's face it, lesbians have always been more accepted and less
By men.
punished
Yeah.
than gay men. You know, we hear stories about gay men being dragged by trucks, being beaten, tied to fences and beaten to death and all that. We don't
Especially in the
hear
South.
that
That's a
about
good point.
lesbians as much, not in this country. In other countries, yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But in this country, you know, not for any good reason. Usually it's for a sexual reason
Yeah.
because they
Yes.
think of
Well,
lesbian
Jamie, their porn is usually more fun to watch.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
no, no,
absolutely.
totally.
I'm
There's a
just
different- yeah,
I'm
there's
just
a
saying
different
there's,
level.
there's been more of a pass for lesbians. You know, even people that hate lesbians like homosexuality, they will still watch lesbian porn.
Well,
You know?
I'm
Yeah.
not really bothered by lesbians, and this is the thing is, I won't. I'd rather both my daughters were lesbians. It's just a better life. It really is all the way around for women. But but the whole thing is, it's like, that's not a legitimate reason to dislike them, though. That's a prejudice.
I didn't say it
No,
was
no, but I'm saying-
legitimate. I
but
didn't say
no,
it was
no, not that you
legitimate.
did. It's just it's a prejudice, but they don't see it as a prejudice. I knew this one gay guy, one in particular. He was a teacher, and he tried to call me out that I didn't like gay people, and I told him, I go right at the teacher table, I go, I hate fags. Now what? Now what, bully bitch? Like, what are you gonna call me out on, you fuck? Like, you don't even know me. I have nothing. I've always said I don't accept gay people because why would I ever think I had the right to accept or not accept them? Who am I, God? And I don't even believe. Who even knows that there's a God? But I'm saying nobody has the right to accept them. They're human beings. They have every right to be exactly as they are. Period.
And he called you out too, and you know what's funny is that, like, if you would have called him out, you would have been the dick, like you've said before. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, call me
if,
out,
if,
I'll tell you I am whatever.
you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you were even talking about that, how like just people that are gay get to kind of get away with more shit and calling people out more as far as as opposed to someone that's a male and that's, you know what I mean? I don't know.
And let me say, and many gay people don't even choose to do that. They see it as, holy shit, like I get where I'm going through, and I don't ever want anyone else to go through it. I don't want to. It's like Jewish people starting the United Negro College Fund.
But
They did that for the simple basis of, hey, these people are being fucked over. Someone needs to do something to help out a little. What happened to us is bullshit, so let's help some other people out that are being fucked over just for being a color. And they jumped in.
Well, but then there is a thing within like the lesbian community where I think it comes down to like difference of lifestyle, because gay men, I hate to say it, but it's true. Like gay men know how to fucking party, right? Like they
Which
know
gay
how to
man?
party. Gay men, like the
Which?
gay community,
I know some
fucking
boring-ass gay
West
people.
Hollywood, gay
I'm real bad at
culture
partying.
at large,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
Is-
pansexual.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'm a
It's-
queer.
But I mean,
No,
it's
there's nothing wrong.
but like
I don't even want to say there's nothing wrong with
but-
it. Fucking, you're
Yeah,
human.
no, it's fine.
I think that the lesbian community is a little bit more like homemaker-ish. Like I know 25, 26-year-old lesbian couples who are like all into like homemaking. That's the more dominant
Johnny's like my
lesbian
wife.
thing.
Statistics go on the 6 fucking people he knows.
It's
That's not a statistic, man.
Oh, wow.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem. Hey, man, that person acts black. Which black person? Colin Powell or Flavor Flav? Like, who do you fucking mean?
I mean, I love Flavor
But
Flav.
you know what I'm saying? No,
but
we got to be realistic with
Oh,
this
he's like, I love
until
Flavor
we
Flav.
stop doing that.
He's
My
the
wife
best.
told me, she's like, oh, yeah, it was so hard being into punk rock, being black when she was young, right? My wife's
Yeah.
18 years fucking younger than me. I go, really, bitch? Because I knew like 8,000 people, black dudes, that were into punk.
Yeah,
What part of the first punk band ever was black? The people who, the
Living
people, the
Colour.
band, I forget the name, that actually created punk rock music that it was named for was a black band. But it goes all the way back.
Punk
to,
Museum in LA is run by black women.
But it goes all
You
the
know?
way back to the fact that
For
people
real.
don't
What's her
know-
name?
People don't
Tequila
know
Mockingbird.
before slavery, black and white people were hanging out and living together, and it wasn't a problem here in this country.
That's true, but counterpoint on that, just as someone who is still involved in the punk community, while that's true, man, punk's gotten real white lately.
Well, that was the thing.
That's the problem.
It was an ability for suburban white kids to be
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gave them rap
Domo.
music too. Rap music
Yes.
was started with black people, but who really sunk their teeth into it? Suburban white kids with their windows rolled up singing lyrics.
And
you
Yeah,
know?
we like pretending we have problems.
And that
That's
was
like
the
our
thing.
pastime.
Well, you know, see, and then that's what drives me crazy. Because then people say white guilt, white this. Okay, I'm Jewish, but I'm white. If you look at me, I'm white. Okay,
Mhm.
here's the thing. I fucking
Trip
grew up in
vomit.
Pacoima.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's all.
We were broke. I grew up in a shit place full of gangs, mostly Latin and black. I grew up with this. I never ever. You know what the white privilege I got? Instead of being stopped for selling drugs, I was constantly stopped for buying drugs. That was my privilege. Being taken out of the car, slammed on the ground, knee in the back, cops all around me. I'm coming home from work just to go home. But because of the area I lived in and being white, I would get pulled over all the time. People would talk shit, this and that, but I also had tons of friends.
Well, I mean, in that scenario, I think the real monster is classism.
That's what I tell everyone.
Yeah.
Is there is no race, it's class. The rich hate the poor, and the greatest thing the rich did was separate us by race. I've said it a million times. Say it.
Well, I was gonna say,
Bacon's
I
Rebellion.
actually I
Perfect
host a
example.
rock show once a month at the Trip now. So I'm meeting all these new bands, and there's a lot of punk bands. And so one of the punk bands I brought up last week was Trip Vomit, which was a black, Hispanic, white punk band.
And you've had what you call it too. You've had Negro Galacticus, which is
all-
like the
oh,
shit,
you were
man.
there when
Best
I couldn't
LA
follow
punk,
them.
like
I
emo
couldn't-
punk,
I do comedy
and
after
their
them,
black
they're
is
great.
yeah. Like,
And there's so much white is taking over punk in a way, but that's in the broadband. But in independent
real
wise,
punk, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
in,
it's-
in
it's-
DIY, it's starting to get better, which I'm very thankful
Snatch
for.
Power. There's this thing called Snatch Power. It's like the most punk shit in the world, too. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, this is the thing, and if we were a skater show, we'd go on
For
with
real?
this.
Yeah. Actually,
No,
I was
but-
gonna do
but
a
in
double
truth,
dog
but the point
350.
is, here's the point. Here's the thing. Black people. The one thing about black people is they differ individually. Every goddamn one of them. Just like white people.
Like
just like
humans.
They do.
Asians. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Just like humans, people. Everyone's different. So if we get away from this, I've said it before, if we could all just stop for 5 fucking seconds and go, hey guys, let's just all be equal. How about that? Huh? Let's just make it, fuck the world. Let's just be a free country that's really free, where everyone's just equal, and that's all. And cops have to follow laws and actual procedures, and everything has to be followed, and people are watched. And hell, we have the ability to video everything, so let's just start doing it. I don't mind public
it's
video.
anarchy.
If I could teach the world
And
to be a thug in harmony,
yeah, I mean,
I
you
would
know,
teach the world to be a thug just like me.
Teach.
So you know how the movie I don't know if you guys seen the movie Minority Report.
mhm.
Yeah.
With Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
Great movie actually. I hate Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Good movie from Spielberg. Yeah, it's
I mean,
great
I
movie.
read the short story like
And-
40 times, but you know.
Damn.
But it's it
I
predicts
did
the
Spark Notes.
it predicts what you're gonna do before. I feel like as we're using our phones and
Pokemon.
not Pokemon,
Yeah.
Pokemon, without
Fucking
it predicts what
Pokemon.
you're gonna do before.
It's a Minority Report. There.
Basically,
Yeah.
they're creating it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's
In a
happening
sense.
as we speak.
But they've been doing it forever. But I mean, you know, someone said that the group, the powers that be, don't make 20-year plans; they make 500-year plans. And so they're saying that their plans are much longer. So they're just procedures that go on. They
But we're
obviously
aware.
know more.
We're very aware. People are becoming more and more aware of what's happening, though.
Well,
And that's
also
what they don't want either.
Yeah.
Well, also, the idea is that you need to make a plan that can sustain the population, the country, whatever it is you're governing, longer than you could possibly live. Because
Yeah.
it's got to carry into the future.
Yeah.
Because if it's just something that will fix what's in the now, well, the next generation is just going to be fucked after that. You know, so it's about creating a plan that can last longer than you could ever hope to live to.
And it's working. It's working
It's
too
happening,
because
yeah.
if you think about it, I mean, there are people that notice, but at the same time, it's not enough people. Like we don't get heard. We're looked at as kind of wackos and crazy. Oh, that's bullshit. People don't believe some of the shit that goes on, and I don't know.
It's true.
Well, it's simply like this. It's most of us, and I'm probably as equally as guilty, is that most of us were pissed off about something a minute ago, and now we're doing memes about bitches ain't shit. You know, I mean, it's just, and that's what we do. And then we're on to the next thing. I mean, look how quick everyone jumped on Pokemon Go or whatever it was.
What, you know what? You know what's hard?
It's dying off.
You know what's hard?
So were every news story before that.
You know what's hard? I was gonna when you work amidst the transition, because when I started working at a certain bank in America back in 2003,
Bank.
and I remember I don't know if we can mention their names. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
mentioned
man.
everyone's name.
Okay, well, Bank of America, I used to work there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Fuck
I
them.
I remember
Really fuck
then
them.
talking to like the higher ups, and they would tell me the chip is coming. You know, I'm like,
The
what? They're
chip
like, yeah,
is
the chip is
coming.
coming. Every card's gonna be chipped. Everybody's gonna be chipped eventually under the skin. We're gonna get it in you somehow.
Mhm.
And I would tell people this, the customers, I'd be like, they're gonna chip you. And the scary part was how each one of them would be like, well, would it make it easier for me to do a transaction?
Yep.
I'm like, no, that's not the point. The point, I'm trying to scare you. That's not a good thing, you know. And then now, talking to them now today, and then because the new place I work for, I don't want to mention that one. I read an article that they are moving forward with getting rid of passwords, so now it's gonna be eye scan and fingerprints.
Yeah.
Oh,
to get-
fuck that.
Yeah, so they're moving forward to do that. So like
Saves me
and
$80.
Exactly. And I've told this to customers, they're gonna do that to you. Oh well, that means I don't have to bring my debit card at all, right? No.
Nope.
So I'll just put my thumb up here and I'll get
Yep.
my money? Yeah. Sign me up. I'm like, no.
No.
Have
No,
your
please
data.
don't
No, no,
say
no, no,
that.
no.
Have your
You're,
identity.
you're
there.
selling who you are, and that's what everything that's happening right now with Lyft right now. I think we talked about this before. I don't know, but with Lyft, I took a Lyft here. But how Lyft works, I love it. But it knows what you're doing, and it's not the driver gives a flying fuck about you.
Yeah.
But it's the company, so they pinpoint the type of driver they want for you because they looked at your profile because it's connected to your Facebook.
Where you're traveling,
Yeah.
Where
where
you're
you like
traveling,
to go.
what you do,
Yeah.
what you eat,
What your music
what your
interests
music
are?
is. Yeah, all that.
they're like
It's all
weirdly enough.
connected.
Wait,
And
you
so,
like that band too?
and so
Yeah.
when the driver is driving you and they ask you, "Oh, is this music? Is this okay for you?" That's
already
that,
know.
That's it's all set up for you. That's trippy.
Individualized life. Yeah, individualized lives. We are all just going along. We become robotic. And the simple cure is it's stupid, but you break dams, you open land.
Yeah,
Autonomy
that,
is
that
boring.
reminds me of a really scary moment I had recently.
Autonomy's boring.
I had to reset my password at Bank of America, and upon resetting the password, I also had to redo the security question.
Yeah, I had to do that too.
And so the new one was, "Tell me how you felt when your parents divorced," and they gave me a paragraph.
that was
full paragraph.
Nice. Nice.
Are you serious?
No,
Wow.
this is a comedy show. Let's remember that for a moment.
but one of the questions is who's your best friend?
Oh.
How did
On a scale of 1 to 5.
Very good.
Opportunistic, right?
Opportunistic.
Very good.
but for corporate companies to ask you personal questions about you just for your password is fucking trippy. It's like why do you need to know about my life
My best
just
friend,
to
my
get to my
childhood best
money
friend.
that I earned? And that's why I keep a bundle of cash in my closet because I don't want to put.
Breaking into Talmos.
Yeah, I'll give you a beer.
I don't know why.
Should we do a beer run, guys?
It's so hot.
We
Yeah,
got
it
enough
is.
time.
Shoot, I'm fucking dying in
We
here.
got till 10:15. We're
Okay.
gonna be on till
I
10:15
sweat like a
doing
fucking
this.
hog.
Burger Podcast. That's where you guys are at. Burger Podcast.
Yes, we're
YouTube.com / C / Burger
Backslash.
Podcast.
Isn't it backslash?
I think it's. I don't
Backslash.
know.
But-
Who knows?
It's
But that's
backslash.
I'm dyslexic.
That's the thing with going back to Minority Report is that like that movie came out like not that long ago, but still we're like, oh, that's not gonna happen because Facebook wasn't around yet. Lyft wasn't.
Well, he
around
wrote
yet.
that book in like
I
1977
know.
Yeah.
or something. Like he's, it was,
Well, I
it was
mean,
pretty.
It's been going on for quite a long time. That, like I say, everything's been going on forever, but it's just simple that we were talking about the Amish. You know how they live this simple life, they have nothing, but if they don't know all this other stuff, they're happy. They live happy lives in general. It's once they let them out and they get a taste of the outside
But
life.
that's
Kingpin is
But
my
that's
favorite movie.
bullshit because they get their Rumspringer, and then if they come back, they've like chosen to come back to Amish life. Like that's the
I
whole
like what they
thing.
do.
So
I like what
so
do.
they have seen the outside. They're aware of the outside. They have cell phones. Like they do have cell phones. Like
They're not supposed to.
they
Did I
do a
not
lot
get
of
did
shit
I
they're
not
not
get a
supposed
memo
to.
on the new
They
rules?
use air guns, okay,
They
man.
actually put radios in their buggies. Now.
Yeah, they use air guns at their lumber farms,
And
at their lumber yards.
But they
That's
still
Wait, I wanna
build
hear
their
this.
own
Come on,
homes.
we got knowledge.
It's like
here.
many of them in Upper New York, not New York City, Upper New York, where it's more rural and expansive country and all that. They will absolutely interact with the outside world. They'll even go to hospitals, medical facilities, where the the medical experts up there have been trained to speak their language because many of them, I can't remember the name of the
German.
language.
Dramatic.
It's not German, but it's a version
It's
of
a dramatic
German.
language,
Yeah.
Is it Yiddish? No, it's not
Really?
Yiddish.
It's not
It's
Yiddish.
not
No,
filthy
it's a dramatic-
Yamish
it's a
or
dramatic language,
Really?
But it's not.
They
yes.
speak a different language.
filthy Yamish.
Yes,
Now-
they do, and many
Just
of
not
them
in
up
Kingpin.
there are trained to to know that language so they can speak to the Amish when they need to treat them. So
Is
they
it like
absolutely
Pennsylvania
do
Dutch or
interact with the
No,
outside
they
world.
just
so
they just list different kinds
Then
of
fuck
woods.
them.
I
they're,
believe
they're aware of it. They
Yeah.
just don't want it. It's just like you're smoking right now. I'm aware that smoking exists. I'm aware that some people enjoy it. I just choose not to do it. That's what they're doing. They're just saying, I'm aware this exists. I'm aware you like it, but
Yeah.
I choose not to.
But if they're going to the doctors and they're doing this shit and using radios, then fuck that. Pay taxes.
They don't pay taxes?
No, that's what the whole
Oh, well,
thing.
then fuck them.
Yeah, they,
Oh, they don't have child labor laws. They don't have
nothing.
all sorts of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
we were
their
just
child
talking
labor
that
laws.
there's
Yeah.
also-
me and
They
Bert
have
were
a
talking
weirdly
about
high
There's
rate
an
percentage.
Churches are,
Just
churches are
saying.
big business.
There's an African village in South Carolina, and I know this for fact because my wife's aunt lived there. She ran away to it when she was young. Okay, this is back in the 70s. She ran away to this African village. Now, in this village in South Carolina, where basically they're sovereign country, so to speak, of black people that are living in this African village. But the thing is, there was a king and different levels. And you could marry 12, 13-year-old girls, and you could have multiple wives in their thing. So they got to. And they didn't pay taxes.